About a year ago, someone asked me a simple question. So, what do you do? I froze. And here's the crazy part. I had produced Duck Dynasty. I worked on 60 Days In and Intervention, made over $2 billion for TV networks. I had 4 Emmy nominations. But in that moment, I had no idea what to say. My voice was completely lost in the noise. So, if you're an expert who gets great results, but can't explain what makes you different, this video, it's for you. So, this happens to me at every business event. Someone asks, "What shows did you work on?" I say Duck Dynasty, 60 Days In, Intervention, Zombie House Flipping, 50-50 Flip, Accused Guilty or Innocent, the list goes on. And then their eyes light up right after I say, wait, Duck Dynasty. And they go, wait, you worked on Duck Dynasty? How was that show so addictive? What did you guys do? And here's what hit me. They knew the shows. They watched the shows, but they had no idea who I was connected to those shows. I was the invisible expert. Think about it. Duck Dynasty wasn't just another reality show. It was America's favorite family. 60 Days In dominated the prison category. Intervention dominated family interventions. But me, I was nobody outside the TV world. So here's why. In entertainment, you really weren't allowed, at least working for corporate, to have a personal brand. I always represented someone else, some other company, some other network. When I left the world about a year ago, I went from being all-knowing to no one knowing. Does that sound familiar? Does that hit you? So there I was at this real estate meetup in Charlotte, surrounded by incredibly successful entrepreneurs. There were people flipping houses. There were people building rental empires. My TV credentials kind of meant nothing. So yeah, they were impressed. They were impressed by my Emmy nominations, the shows I worked on. But that didn't help me. It didn't help me explain how I could help them. And that's what matters most. How can I help? How can I be of service? How can they use my 22 years of experience? That's when I had my first identity crisis as an entrepreneur. I had all this knowledge, all these connections, all this experience, but I couldn't turn it into personal success outside the only industry I've known for my career. The problem wasn't my expertise. I had never learned how to build a business. I didn't know marketing. I didn't know sales. I had no clue what funnels or lead magnets meant. I didn't even know that those were words. And more than that, I had never learned to be the face of my own brand. I was the guy behind the camera, making other people amazing and famous and wonderful. I turned real people into stars, into TV talent, but I never figured out, never really did that to myself. Then someone at the meetup asked me the question that changed my life. Could you help me become that unforgettable in my industry? That question hit me like lightning. Suddenly I saw the pattern. Every hit show I produced followed the same rule. They didn't compete in a category, they owned a category. Duck Dynasty wasn't competing with other reality shows. It was the only America's favorite family show at that time. 60 Days In wasn't just another crime show. It was the only authentic undercover prison show. Intervention wasn't another documentary. It was the only life-saving family intervention show. And every successful expert, you need to do the same thing. You can't just be another marketing consultant. You can't just be another business coach. You you need to become the $2 bill in your industry, not another option. The only option. But here's where most experts get stuck. And here's where I got stuck when I started building my own brand. They start to sound like everyone else instead of the most important thing, being different. So when I started building my personal brand, and it definitely wasn't intentional, it wasn't systematic, it was just trial by fire. Well, I made a huge mistake, and I don't want you to make the same mistake twice. What did I do? I tried to hide my television background. I thought, well, that didn't matter. People don't care about TV production. I kind of need to sound more businessy. So I started talking like every other branding expert. Same buzzwords, same formulas, same boring stuff. And you know what happened? When you do that, you sound like everyone else. So my voice didn't cut through. It got lost in all of the noise. But then, and only then, I realized something important. Your voice isn't something you create, it's already there. It's something you discover. Your voice is how you naturally explain things when you're excited. It's how you connect ideas when you're passionate about helping someone. My voice, my voice comes from my television background. I need to own it. So when I explain branding using television examples, that's not just communication. That's my competitive advantage. That's the $2 bill. Now, let me tell you something. When I left corporate, kind of started over. I showed up uncomfortably. I wondered if people would judge me. I had produced billions of dollars of content, but now I'm filming in my home with a simple camera and a simple mic, no fancy editing. I just had to push post. I had to show up. I had to be consistent. I had to plant seeds and see what sprouted. And here's what most experts don't understand. Your voice isn't just how you communicate, it's your competitive advantage. Everyone has access to the same information now. Everyone has ChatGPT. Everyone can Google the same strategies. Everyone can copy the same tactics. But your voice, that can't be copied. AI can write content about personal branding. It can analyze patterns and create new content. But it doesn't know my Duck Dynasty story. And it doesn't know that story in my voice. It can't show the real emotion of going from all knowing to no one knowing. Your voice is the mix of all your experiences, your perspective, your passion. It's how you process and share information based on your own unique background. So when you find your authentic voice, magic happens. You stop competing on price and you start charging premium fees. You stop chasing clients and start attracting ideal customers. You stop explaining what you do and start having people seek you out. Here's what I want you to understand. Your voice getting lost in the noise isn't a marketing problem. It's not a paid campaign problem. It's an authenticity problem. It's an authenticity problem. You're not visible because you're not good enough. You're invisible because you're trying, or maybe not even trying, to sound like everyone else. And the solution, it's not to get louder, it's not to spend more money. The solution is to get clear about what makes you different. The $2 bill, clear about your unique value. The $2 bill, clear about how you naturally communicate when you're excited about helping someone. Your $2 bill. Tomorrow, I'm going to share the identity crisis that almost broke me when I left the day-to-day of entertainment, and how that crisis led to my biggest breakthrough. Sound familiar? We all been there. But if you're ready to discover your authentic voice right now, I created the Vibe Finder GPT for exactly that. It helps you find the unique mix of experiences and perspectives that make your voice irreplaceable. Link is in the comments. Try it. It's free. Do it. If this helped you at all, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Share this post. I would love that. And this week, we're deeping dive into the complete vibe framework, which is voice, identity, brand, and energy. The 4 things that turn invisible experts into unforgettable authorities. So I will see you tomorrow for the identity crisis that changed everything. Be unforgettable. Be the $2 bill.